Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be teaching you how to make sausage roll. These are all the ingredients you need: melted butter, sugar, warm water, egg, salt and flour. So what you do next, you add your yeast into a different bowl and you add a teaspoon of sugar and you add your warm water and you mix it up together. You mix it up thoroughly and you cover it. You leave it for about 10 to 15 minutes. That process will allow the yeast. So while waiting for the yeast to activate, it's time to mix the flour. So I'm going to add my salt. I also add my sugar. And I will give it a thorough mix together to make sure the sugar and the flour and the salt mix all properly. While we're waiting for the yeast to activate, might as well just drop on the sausage. These are all the ingredients you need for your sausage: bell pepper, salt, habanero, and some sauce. I'll be using beef sausage and chicken sausage today. I'll give it a quick boil because I like it boiled. Add a little bit of salt to make sure it's cooked. Now that our yeast is ready, so I'm going to mix it up a bit. I'm going to add it to the flour, mix it up together. Also, I'm going to add our melted butter, also the mixed egg, and I will give them all a mix together and make sure it's all mixed properly into each other. So I had to use my clean hand to mix it firmly, just to make sure that the butter, the eggs, the salt and everything mix all together. So we have it. Our dough is ready. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rub a little bit of oil just to make sure it doesn't stick on the pan, and I'll give it a cover and I'll let it sit for probably half an hour. So while waiting for my dough to rise, I'm just going to give my chili a quick blend. As you all know, I don't eat anything without chili. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to mix my spicy all together and mash it up together with my cooked sausage, just to make sure that the spice goes straight into the meat, just to give it a flavor. You guys can see my dough is ready, so I'm just giving it a little bit of a mix to make sure it's fully ready. And now sometimes I like to hold it apart just to make sure it gives me that texture that I really like in dough. So what I'll do next is to transfer my dough into the mixing table. But firstly, before I do that, I'll make sure I add a little bit of flour on the table just to make sure it doesn't stick on the mixing table. And after that, I'll roll it up together into the sizes or shape that I want. After rolling it to the size and the shape that I want, I'll simply roll it to my sausage and I'll place it on the baking pan. Before you do that, make sure you have oil on your pan, or probably you have a baking paper just like that, so it doesn't stick onto the pan. I'm only making two different sizes. The first one was the one that I rolled with the sausage, and the other one is the one that I'll be adding my mashed sausage and spicy into it, and I put it all together. As you can see, I have it all set up ready to go into the oven. Before you do that, make sure you add a bit of egg just to give it a brown golden look. Put it into the oven. Make sure you preheat your oven for about 10 to 15 minutes and let it cook for about half an hour. After half an hour, and your dough is ready, and there you